Hot advise you recognize was televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations, let you with that wrong direction. Hot advise you recognize was televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations, let you with that wrong direction. Hot advise you recognize was televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations, let you with that wrong direction. Hot advise you recognize was televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations, let you with that wrong direction. Hot advise you recognize was televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations, let you with that wrong direction. Hot advise you recognize was televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations, let you with that wrong direction. Hot advise you recognize was televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations, let you with that wrong direction. Hot advise you recognize was televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations, let you with that wrong direction. Hot advise you recognize was televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations, let you with that wrong direction. Hot advise you recognize was televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations, let you with that wrong direction. Hot advise you recognize was televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations, let you with that wrong direction. Hot advise you recognize was televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations, let you with that wrong direction. Hot advise you recognize was televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations, let you with that wrong direction. Hot advise you recognize was televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations, let you with that wrong direction. Hot advise you recognize was televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations, let you with that wrong direction. Hot advise you recognize was televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations, let you with that wrong direction. Hot advise you recognize was televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations, let you with that wrong direction. Hot advise you recognize was televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations, let you with that wrong direction. Hot advise you recognize was televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations, let you with that wrong direction. Hot advise you recognize was televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations, let you with that wrong direction. High advice you recognize was televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. High advice you recognize was televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. High advice you recognize was televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. High advice you recognize was televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. High advice you recognize was televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. High advice you recognize was televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. High advice you recognize was televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. High advice you recognize was televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. High advice you recognize was televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. High advice you recognize was televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. High advice you recognize was televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. High advice you recognize was televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. High advice you recognize was televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. High advice you recognize was televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. High advice you recognize was televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. High advice you recognize was televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. High advice you recognize was televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. High advice you recognize was televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. High advice you recognize was televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. High advice you recognize was televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong was televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong was televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise you recognize what's televised, cause the whole damn planet looking like they're in the sky. So I keep my circle smaller, but the people try to jump in. They need to stop floating and get off my cloud though. I'm coasting for miles, bro, and I ain't give no invitations unless you with that wrong direction. I advise
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another
Good
edition of
morning.
Walk
Oh
in the
man, I
Morning.
can't hear you. Hold on a second.
You hear me?
I
Can you hear
can't
me?
hear you at all.
Really? I can hear you loud and
Can you
clear.
hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear me?
Hold on one second.
All right.
Sorry.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Walking the Ways Impact Voice Podcast. I'm just adjusting my settings right quick, so
Sorry, I
bear
thought
with me
this
this
audio was
morning.
gonna work like this. I was gonna be able to hear you. Hold up.
Nah, you good, you good. But like I said, while you're doing that, let me go ahead and get this introduction started. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Walking His Ways
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
Impact Voice Podcast.
Oh, okay.
Um, you got
That's
it? You get you hear me loud and clear?
I can hear you, but can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
What do you
Can
say?
you hear me? I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Is it clear?
It's clear.
Okay, all right, cool.
Loud and clear. Like, yeah, it's loud and clear.
Is
So
it too loud? Is it too loud?
nah, you good. You
All right,
good.
great.
You
Okay, cool.
good. You energetic. The flow is good. I appreciate you. So I want to welcome everyone to Walking This Way Impact Was podcast. We're broadcasting once again from the DFW. That is Dallas Fort Worth, Texas. Everybody wants to know. I am the founder. I'm the host, Freeman Jackson Jr., along with my guest. She's a stand-up comedian, athlete, entertainer. I want to welcome Alberta back to the podcast. She's been
Hey.
here before. You know what? I got to give you your roses. I respect your consistency, you being consistent. You're always consistent, and
Thank
I
you.
admire you by that. Your drive, your energy. You always have a smile on your face. I can tell you that you love doing what you're doing. You're constantly busy. I don't say busy, productive in what you do. And I admire that about you. And I had to bring you back on here because I know you have a lot of shows coming up. You do a
Yeah,
lot of hosting, a lot of features.
right.
You just love what you do. And I said, you just stay consistent. How do you stay consistent? Because we see some people nowadays, they be hot, then they'll move on to something else, then they disappear, they come back, but you stay the same. What is your secret? What you got in your sauce?
You know what? Just staying down. Just stay ready for the opportunities, whatever they come. Um, and uh, and just just be ready. So whenever you get that call, you ready to jump on it, so that's really it. Just and keeping good relationships. I maintain really good relationships with people. I don't really, I'm not really into clicking up and just being with certain folks. And so I work with pretty much anybody if they got good character, you know what I mean. So if it's somebody that I can, you know we on the same pages, we're in alignment, then I definitely, would work with them. So being that I keep my options open like that and I don't pigeonhole myself, that helps me be able to work with
Yeah,
consistently.
and that's you
Yeah.
know what I said. That's what I love about you. You stay consistent at all times. You constantly grinding. You constantly pushing the work. I look at this podcast. I look at it when I say the working class. I'm for the working class are the people who put in the grind. They turn their dreams into reality, and you one of the ones who turned your dreams into reality. But you did stand up, but you also was an athlete as well. I know you played football, of course.
Yeah.
Let the audience know how you transition from the football field to the mic and the stage.
Well, just really, I kind of always wanted to be in entertainment, and I was, always just outgoing and, just fun and, just naturally funny, with my friends. And so it was something that I wanted to do. And matter of fact, like one thing that motivated me is through football was one of my teammates. She around the same time, like I was like, okay, uh, these voices in my head, you know what I mean? Like I was always having jokes in my head and, not even knowing how to write jokes or nothing like that. I just had funny stuff always in my head that I was just like, all right, I need to get on the stage, and so a friend of mine that was a teammate at the time, I had mentioned it. She was like, "Yeah, I'm doing comedy too." And I'm like, "What?" Like, cause she came from another team, so I didn't really know her. And then I was like, "Oh man," I was like, "Yeah, like it's like in my spirit to do it," but I was afraid, and I had that stage fright. And she went on, did it, doing great things. She was on Kevin Hart's season 3 of Heart of the City. So it really inspired me. And then just being around and going out supporting her. And then I had already met some other comedians in the DFW area, like comedian Q. Met him a long time ago, back when I was promoting football. So it just kind of kept, kept flowing me. That river just kept flowing me, to comedy. And then finally, I stepped on out there on faith, and then it's been great. On that other side of fear is always a great thing. So we working.
Well, then that's great, and like I said, you making that transition. So having an athletic background that help you when you did that transition from being on the stage. Like I said, you in the gridiron, you on the field. Now you are performing on stage in front of, I'm gonna say it, millions of people.
It's
I'm gonna
coming.
say
Yeah,
that.
we gonna claim
So
that. Yeah.
millions of people. How's the difference between being on the field, being on stage, where it's just you on stage compared to a team? So how do you look at that your football field? How do you transform that when Alberta's on the stage?
Oh well, really, when you on a field, for me at least, I tuned everything out. You know
Okay.
what I mean? Like I tuned out the crowd. It was just me and whoever was in front of me, or me and my teammates versus whoever lined up against us. And so it's just that zoning out. Now with comedy, you have to tune in because you gotta see pay attention to what's working, what they laughing at, listen for the laughs. Because early in my career, one thing that I had to kind of uh, improve on was that people would be laughing, and then I'd be so nervous. I'd be trying to move fast, and I would just keep going, while they laughing, instead of just letting it breathe, you know taking that in, and listening for the laughs. So I was just trying to get my material, just trying to do it and hurry up and get off stage. You know what I mean? Because that was like the best part. But now that I'm more comfortable, being on stage is you know the best part is really just once you get that first laugh, then I can settle down and then just really enjoy the rest of the flow of the show. So yeah,
Man,
so it's different as far as but mentality wise, I prepare like I'm preparing for a game. Like before I perform, you might see me. I don't like to be talking and joking around with folks and stuff like that. I'll be cordial, and then I get off in a corner. You might see me pacing, because I'm getting my mind right. But like that's just that, how I get myself, in alignment and zoned in like I did whenever I was an athlete. So that does carry over.
yeah, 'cause I noticed that because when I come to a couple of your shows, you always out in the audience. You meet and greet. You make everybody feel comfortable. You're not a diva. You're not a stuck up individual. Because some people get through people away from me, but you make the crowd feel good. You come and introduce yourself, and for then you just game time. Like you said, you go off into your corner, do your thing until it's time to give a show. Because I know at the end of the day, you want to get, because people they pay for tickets. So I know you want to give them their money's worth. You want to give them their time's worth,
Yeah, for
and you
sure.
don't want to waste their time at all. So I highly respect that because
Thank
that's very very important. So since the last time you was on here, what's been going on? I know you're doing a lot of shows.
you.
So what's been going on behind the scenes?
Behind the scenes, just really just still, working, just trying to get better, and really about to start traveling, even more. Next weekend, I'll be in Little Rock with a group. It's Easy. His name is Seth. Easy Living. He's out of Chicago. He's from Chicago. He saw me about, I guess, 2021. He saw me in Chicago. I had went up there for a birthday show for the legendary comedian B Cole, and he saw me perform. And a few months later, he flew me out. He actually lives in Phoenix though, and he flew me out to Phoenix. He was having a show. Like I gotta get you, got to get you on. Flew me out to Phoenix, and we've been in touch. We had a great show. We've been in touch ever since. Now he's doing another like tour in the southern region. So we're gonna be hitting up Little Rock next weekend and doing a show there. And then I'll be back in Arkansas, in a different part of Arkansas at a comedy club called The Grove, with my boy Derek Jack, who's my mentor here in the DFW. He's doing big things and moving around. So we got a lot coming down the pipe. And I'm just like I say, I'm working with other folks and gonna touch base with my people. I just did a show with comedian Boomerang. She's from Atlanta, and comedian Monty Jonesy, who's from Denver, but he be everywhere, and he's acting and doing a whole lot of stuff. So we're definitely plugged in. So good stuff coming.
What I gotta ask you, how does it feel doing stuff that you love to do on a regular basis? Just waking up every morning, like, dang, I'm doing something I love to do. The freedom behind that, because I had somebody that the other day on the show. You just waking up, you doing something you love to do. It's not grudgingly. You're not feeling, but you're feeling it. So what is that feeling like that you're doing something that you love to do?
Well, I mean, it's exciting, and it's a blessing. And I think what's important for me at this point is to appreciate where I'm at, and not be so much in a hurry to get where I'm going, where I envision myself being. You know what I mean? And just like, hey, where you are right now, like I remember whenever you was afraid to even take the microphone out of the stand, you know what I mean, to even hold the microphone because you were so nervous from stage fright. So, look where you are now, and now you hosting, you going to different places and doing shows, and without being scared, and so I think it's enjoying the journey along the way, So and I mean, it's not easy, you know what I mean, because the anxiety that comes like show day show day is like game day for me in my mind. I don't like to do anything. I don't like if I don't have to do any running around and stuff like that. I'd rather just have a very relaxed day, very chill day, and just so that I can focus on what I need to do, because it's a lot of anxiety up until you hit that stage, and then and adrenaline. So it can be uncomfortable. Anybody that's had anxiety knows that that's not a fun feeling. You know what I mean? So it's not always comfortable to do. You know what I mean? Even whenever you get comfortable on stage, just that build up, like, no, okay, I got a show tonight, I got a show this weekend, okay. Just putting everything in compartmentalizing everything so that you're mentally ready to get out there and perform. So that's kind of just what it is with me, and how I kind of navigate. But I mean, it's a joy. It is a joy, because after the show and after you get off stage, it's like the best, because it's done, and then seeing people's faces and their reactions, and then after the show, whenever they pull you to the side, like, oh my God, you're so funny, like I really needed that. Like that's what's important to me at the end of the day. Is like, okay, you gave somebody a good experience and they enjoyed themselves, and you took their mind off of whatever they had going on, for that time that you was on the stage. They were able to focus on you and not focus on their problems. So that's something beautiful about comedy, is, that people could come and just kind of let go, unwind. And even though it's an uncomfortable thing for us, at first, it's something that we enjoy through the discomfort, through the discomfort. Yeah.
Well, it's a beautiful thing, because the word I thought about came to me was therapy. I know, like, y'all are therapy to a lot of individuals who come to y'all shows. Like you said, I know when I was promoting the show, a young lady seen it and she shared on her page. She was at one of your shows, and how she said you had her laughing, that her jaws were hurt. So you just never know who life you impacted. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to jump right back into it with my guests coming to the stage with Alberta. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Yeah.
Hey, oh, girl, you looking good, shorty. Hey, let me get that number, man. You feeling me, You sure? Come on, man. You good? Have a good day. Have a good day. What? I can... Oh, damn. Hey, man, tell me what happened right there, man. I guess my ribs ain't up, man. Don't worry about it, bro. They used to do that to me all the time, man. But I got a little something for you, man. Just a little vitamin C, man. Change your life, man. Take a few of those, man, to see how it feels. Okay. We're going to see. know I got that mic. Yo.
Hey, what's up, everybody? We're back here on Walking This Way
Hey,
Impact for Us podcast. Big shout out to Day Day. He's in the DFW. He has a new T-shirt called out Vitamin P. And like I said, big shout out to that young brother. He inspired me just the way he stay consistent, just like you, in the work that he's doing as well. I love
yes.
consistent people. I love people who stay consistent. They real. They keep the grind going. They motivate me even more. So I'm back in the studio with her, Alberta, in the studio. Once again, I thank you, Queen, for taking time out of your productive schedule just to come on the show. Even though it was at a short notice, I'm glad your schedule was open for this morning to just come
Yeah,
on,
me
talk
too.
about. And I appreciate you once again. Talk about what's going on. I know you got a lot of shows. I know you're doing is a show that you have going on every Wednesday too in Deep Ellum.
Not every Wednesday. This is I'll be hosting.
Okay,
They have a show every Wednesday for the summer at least, where it's an open mic for whether you're a poet or musician or a comedian. You can come on and do 5 minutes, and so and then it's just a nice vibe. Lady, it's gonna be, it's ladies' night. Gonna have DJ Scoot in the mix. So, but I'll be hosting this upcoming Wednesday though. I usually host shows over there with between me and my guy, comedian MJ Moody. We kind of split it up, and I fill in for him and host at Pop Up DFW. It's once a month, like first Saturdays. We'll have a show out there, so it'll be either me or him hosting. So yeah, so it's and it's a dope, like Pop Up DFW. It's a it's intimate. It's a nice vibe. Like I always enjoy performing there and hosting. So I'm looking forward. This is gonna be a little different because it's not a whenever I do it, it's a comedy show. So it's all comedians on the show, and this is a mix, right? So I'll just be doing my thing, hosting and having a good time, making sure everybody has a great experience. So ladies, free before 9. DFW, pop up DFW. Look that up. It's on Main Street in Deep Ellum. It's gonna go from 8 p.m. to 12 a.m. And again, ladies, free before 9. So come on through, get entertained, enjoy the music, enjoy the vibe. It's gonna be vendors there. Usually have food, and of course the drink is on deck for those who drink. So yeah, so it's a nice vibe.
yeah, and that's what's up once again. I mean, just the work, just creativity. Where'd you get your creativity from? Okay, I know you want to approach every stage like it's your first, like this is your first
Yeah.
baby, whatever. So, how your creative flow is? Take us in the laboratory
Ah,
of a person.
you know what? Honestly, I just kind of the way I come up with my material is sometimes something funny will pop up, and that'll be the punchline, and I'll build a joke around that, and then the creative part is just kind of making it flow and making it fit into if you think about it, if you have a lot of different ideas, and how do you put them all together to make it seem like it all goes together? You know what I mean? So and it doesn't even come from the same place. It's not even the same story or anything like that. You just kind of tagging different parts in to make them fit. And that's really how I do. I just I might see something and or think of something that's funny to me and be like, oh man, like how can I in weave this into my set. How do I weave this in, and I have a basic foundation of things that I talk about my name being old, you know what I mean, and kind of the background on that, and my love for older men, and just some little, me being an ally of the gay community. People usually think I am gay because I usually because the way I carry myself. Because even my gay friends though, like my gay friends be forgetting that I'm not gay. They be like, "You just
No.
for real." They be like, "You so cool, like you too cool to be a straight girl." I'm like, "What does that mean?" So yeah, so I kind of make fun of that, because it doesn't bother me. It's like it just is what it is. Like I'm gonna be myself and be true to who I am, and not let nobody put no labels on me.
But that's what I respect about you. You always yourself. You don't pretend to be anything that you're not. You just yourself. People gonna gravitate to real people, and you're one on. Just your demeanor. Let's talk about your shoe game. Every time you're on stage, you rock J's, and you rocking the latest J's that's not even on the street yet.
Nah.
I'm just saying, I be seeing like how you be getting that I ain't never seen it yet. But let's talk about your shoe game. You always rocking the gold, of course. So you implement that a part of your? Cause you rock J's all the time. When did that start? When you just one day I'm just go rock J's and just run with it. How did this come about?
You know what? Like, I guess I really just really started wearing, because before, I wear like, some Air Max and, stuff like that. And then just, I don't even know when it started or what, but, and it's just like, I don't, I don't try to fall into any type of trends or anything like that. I don't try to do something because somebody else is doing it. You know what I mean? Like if I like something, I just like it. You know what I mean? So I don't care. Some people like, oh yeah, I don't wear J's and this. Okay, that's fine. I like them. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna wear them. And then it just kind of the collection just kept growing. And it's like, always only and honestly coming up as a kid, like I think that's part of it too. Like I did, how you want something when you're a kid, and you might not necessarily, your parents might not necessarily have the means to get them or always be able to, to do that. So I really only had a couple pair, probably 3 pair, coming up, and then like, they start re-releasing some J's, and then I was like, oh, okay, yeah, these was my first pair. Let me get these. These my first pair when I, was a kid. It was 5s, and then and then it's just like, then they came out with some of the different colorways that I was, that I liked, and then it's like, just being able to kind of catch up on stuff that I wasn't able to get, as a kid. So but yeah, I mean, like you said, but that's the GOAT though. You know what I mean? If you're gonna rock somebody, you might as well rock somebody that's super high level.
Right.
So yeah, but at the end of the day, I just like what I like, because to me, it's not even it's not a status type of thing. Because to me, you go anywhere and see somebody wearing J's, So for me, that's why I say, like, it's just, I like what I like. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna do what I want to do, and vibe how I vibe.
Right, because you know what, you have different J's for different occasions. And I'm not making this up, ladies and gentlemen. Every time you see on different shows, she wear a different pair of J's all the time. Not the same, but see, that what millionaires do. They switch it up. So it's like, because you just wear this pair one. Okay, I'm just gonna wear this pair one time. I'm just put these to the side. I'm gonna wear this. Come on, that's what y'all be doing. Come on, y'all know y'all be doing.
Hey, you know what? I have 2 daughters, right? So I have a 15-year-old and I have a 19-year-old. And they're sneakerheads too,
Okay.
And even sometimes, like my 15-year-old really keeps me in the game, because she be like, "Mama, these are coming out. You think you want to get them?" And so she be really my plug as far as getting in there and getting on the apps and making sure that we getting certain shoes that I want to get. So yeah, so she great for that, and so yeah, so they with them, but they have their own collection. They got the Container Store shoe boxes.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like they got the collection too, just like I do. But they don't wear their shoes, and they be talking about me because I be wearing my shoes, and I'm like, look, I'm not gonna idolize these shoes. These shoes ain't no idol for me. I got them so that I can wear them, and that's what I'm gonna do. And so they be like, but you creasing them, man. I'm wearing these shoes. I got them so I can wear them. That's what I'm gonna do. So, but I do like to switch it up and wear different shoes. Like even like at work, I might wear a different pair of shoes every day of the week, when like, you come in here with J's, well, I mean, it's a shoe to me, and this the shoes I wear, so I'm gonna spend my money on them, so I ain't just buy them so that I can look at them. It ain't like I'm finna resell them, so I'm finna wear these things.
Yeah, you never know, you realize that they may become endorsed. You know what I'm saying? Somebody may come and sponsor, like,
hey, I'm with it.
Brand.
I welcome all that.
Come.
Hey, man,
you know what I'm saying?
We gonna speak that into existence right now. Yeah.
That's how you do it. That's how you speak those things, you don't say word. That's how you do it.
Yeah, we gonna enter into agreement on this.
So when you do these events, uh, your wardrobe and stuff, how do you go about the blending in with the events that you do? So, how do you set that up as well? 'Cause I know every time people have different events, they coordinate according to the event. So, how do you do it?
I just coordinate according to whatever color I feel like wearing. Like, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Whatever shoes, it would basically I go with whatever shoes I want to wear. I decide what shirt I'm gonna go with the match because I gotta be matching. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, and it just really depends on what the vibe is. You know, some places are different, but most places I go, I just be me. You know what I mean? I'm a jeans, t-shirt, and J's type of girl. Like I like to be comfortable and cute. You know what I mean? So that's it. That's it.
Hey, you use it yourself, cause you like I say, you rock the G's, you rock the J's, you rock the T's. You just yourself. You just having a good time, let your head down, and just having a good time, and that's what it's all about, of course.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this: if you was not an athlete,
Mhm.
if you was not a stand-up comedian, you was not an entertainer, what would Alberta be doing as a career?
And not in entertainment. Gosh, man, I probably
Like a school teacher or something? You probably be a school.
no, no, no. I definitely wouldn't be a teacher. Man, I probably, honestly. So let me tell you a little story. So when I was in high school, you know how the army come through and they,
Oh, okay.
recruit people, right?
Yeah.
And so they was like, all right, look, we love for you to be in the army. They did their whole spiel and they was like, it's like, what career path would you choose? And I was like, I'd be an assassin. You know what I mean? Like if I'm gonna be in the military, I'm gonna be an assassin. That's just what it is. Like hands down. It was like, really? Like, yeah, like I mean I like guns and stuff like that too. That's
mm.
my other choice. So I would probably, do something co-op
So
see.
you'd be like some Denzel Equalizer, Queen Latifah Equalizer,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
John Wick type life, do like
yeah.
that kind of stuff.
I probably would. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, yeah. I know it's totally different from comedy. It's like, dang, how you go from making people happy to ass-
Become
assassinate?
like a professional killer. If I can
Yeah.
say that word on one of those
Well,
live streaming, you know how
I mean,
censor how people be censored. You said killer, I mean,
but
and that's
a good person. I taking out the bad guys.
yeah, a vigilante. That's it.
Yeah,
You be a vigilante.
but
Yeah.
I make sure I have some government backing or something, because I ain't trying to go to jail. I can't be on a vigilante, but I would, if I were to be in the military, then that would definitely be my line of work. It'd be taking people out.
Yeah, and I just had to be careful with that word. You know how
Yeah,
people are
oh yeah,
careful
yeah,
with
they be
words. And,
in, yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
He said killer and on, yeah, anyway.
right.
Let's
They be in
go.
my door,
Yeah, I know, right? Because they
military, not
watch everything. Governments
for
watch
real.
everything.
Yeah,
Satellites all over the place. But let's go. Let's talk about this. We know Dallas is becoming, as they quote unquote say, Dollywood. You have people getting into movies now.
yeah.
Will we see you take that next stage, that next challenge in doing movies? Have you been approached by doing movies yet?
Yeah.
What's the 411 on that? Or are you looking at doing that? Or how is you praying about it? Or how are you doing
Hey,
that?
you know what? I'm gonna say this. I actually was recently, like very recently, approached about a TV sitcom, and hopefully that works out, and we able to knock that thing out the park. But I will say, I want to go with whatever opportunity is presented to me that God is in alignment with. You know what I
I
mean?
feel you.
Because one thing about me is that I don't just want success, I want good success, because all success is not good,
I agree.
and so, so whatever God opens up for me, whatever doors he opens up for me, and I know that it's him, I'm gonna walk in that path, and then that way, because that's the only way really, in my opinion, for me, to do this thing the right way and be successful. So yeah, I want good success. So wherever God leads me, but I absolutely would love to do movies, do television. That's one thing that it has always along with comedy, comedy for me is kind of like a gateway. You look at it, you see a lot of musicians, that were former rappers, turn actors, former comedians, turn, actors, stuff like that. So this is a step, to get to that path, because that really is like the end game right there for me.
Yeah, I know, right? Making blockbuster films, and
You know,
we're gonna jump right back. We're gonna do another commercial break.
all right.
Then we're gonna jump right back in the studio with Alberta, of course. I got another question I want to ask you as well after this commercial break.
Write your next hit stage play with Sheena D.
What up, everybody? How you feeling? Yours truly, Stretch 6 Phenomenon from WHUR on the set of this wonderful play that we just witnessed for a 2-day event called Crucified.
I knew it was for the boy. I don't like writer, director, and producer of hit stage play Crucified. That's by popular demand.
I gotta say, this was a great piece of work.
Damn! Oh, okay. How you gonna be that chocolate with all them muscles and your grill messed up? Come on. Oh my God! It's like finding a Snicker with no nut. I know, baby. I know. Come on.
What are you waiting for? Head over to sdhentertainment.com now to sign up.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm back in the studio along with my friend Alberta with me in the building. She's
Yes.
an athlete. She's an entertainer. She hosts. I don't know. Do you sing? Do you rap? Or what else you got? You got a very impressive resume.
You know what? Back in the day, my mom used to have me going from church to church singing. I did. That's a fun fact that not many people know about me.
Really?
That you're getting hearing exclusively here on Impact. Yeah. But yeah, I used to sing, and I had a group of friends. We always had had the little girl group, you know what I mean? And back in the day when I was younger and stuff like that. And so I used to sing. I don't, it ain't something that I'm gonna jump on stage and bust a hum for nothing like that. But yeah, back in the day, yeah, my mom had me going from. I'm talking about she was setting it up like she was a super manager or something, and I was getting booked at churches. It was crazy. I was like, I had to be like 7, 8 years old, like going to churches and singing and stuff like that. So yeah, that's one thing that I do. I used to try to rap.
Oh,
Back in
really?
the 90s. Yeah, I used to try. I used to try.
I'm not gonna ask you to bust a rap. I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, no, because it ain't gonna be good. It's not.
I ain't gonna put. I ain't. Yeah, I'm
Thank
not.
you.
I,
Thank you.
you
Thank
welcome.
you. Yeah.
Thank you very, very much. So let me ask you this. Um, I lost my train of thought. Your name. Do people ask you is that your real name? Have you been approached?
Yes. I even got a joke like, yeah. People ask me if Alberta is my real name. I'm named after my mother's mom, and so I'm named after one of my grandmas. And somebody asked me, and I had made a joke about it. I said on stage, I said somebody had the nerve to ask me was Alberta my real name, like I'm gonna choose an old lady name for my stage name. And then in that very show, after the show, we was having a good time after the show. They wanted me to do my little non-twerk, and because I can't twerk, and so it was doing that. She was like, "So is Alberta your real name?" I was like, "Oh, she didn't hear nothing." I said, "Yes, I could not make that up."
So what everybody call you? They call you Al sometimes.
No.
Do they call you Berto? What they do?
They
Because
call
people
me.
have nicknames. Somebody may say
Yeah.
Al, A,
Yeah,
Berto.
no. Actually, people call me Berta, and they either call me Berta or B.
Okay.
So really, it's either
B fishes. I see.
yeah,
B,
it's either B or Berta, So
Queen B.
or some friends be, they'll take the B and call me BZ or stuff like
Okay.
that. But yeah, Berta is what I actually go by, and and then like say my, people call me B because of that.
Yeah, I want to ask you. I know people probably ask you all that. Is that your real name? Is that a
Mhm.
stage name? Like,
Yeah,
'cause you know, like people, is that your real name? Cause that's something you don't hear every day. Like so you mentioned, that's an old person's name, but
yeah, it is.
you don't hear it every day. So that's very unique. So let's talk about football season is coming up. Football season is here because preseason is going on.
Mhm.
So who you pulling for? Who you rooting for? Who you expect to win it all?
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm an athlete. I was a coach. You know what I mean? So after I finished playing ball, I started coaching my peers. Um, and uh, and to be honest, I really don't watch. I, I don't really watch football. I don't really watch anything like TV. I really don't even. I got to be sitting down now. Somebody, I don't have anything against TV. I just prefer to like. I'm always in my head. I'm always thinking about stuff, and I'm okay with just perfect silence or just listening to something on YouTube. You know what I mean? Because I'm always trying to build up my spiritual and just keep my spirit strong. Um so now when the Cowboys play, I be wanting them to win, because that's the home squad, right?
Right,
So I guess you could say I'm a Cowboys fan, but I'm not a fan because if they lose, it ain't gonna hurt my feelings at all. You know what I mean? Where some
right.
people be devastated
Yeah,
going away.
that I ain't taking that shit. I'm a Cowboys fan. I ain't finna
See,
bust my TV up and
yeah,
fight.
they be hurt. You know what I mean? Like I can't do that, right? So I don't. I now if I do watch now every now and then, like say if somebody's watching it, and I happen to be where they are, I'll watch with them. But like, and I be involved. You know what I mean? I don't be like, man, this is, I ain't interested. No, if I'm watching, I'm involved. I'm like, man, hit him. What are you doing? Like, wrap him up. Boom. You know what I mean? Like, I'm super involved, and I think that's part of the reason why I try not to watch TV because if if I'm watching, I'll be involved. I'm one of the people that talk to the screen and talk to myself and all of that. But if the Cowboys are playing, I want them to win. If they don't win, I'm not hurt by it. At the end of the day, if I'm watching a sporting event, I just want to see a good game. You know what I mean? So I'm really like on both sides because I'm like, oh man, like you know what I mean. I'm going for whatever good play, or I'm talking about how they blew the last play, or you know what I mean, stuff like that. But it's really like if I go to a game, it's really honestly hard for me to even focus. It's so much going on. Like I don't even know how people watch. It's like you got 22 people on the field. You try to where you looking at? You just gonna watch the ball? Okay, well what about that? You didn't see what that DB did. Like so, it's just it's a lot. It's a lot of sensory overload for me. So I'll if I'm watching, I might watch one thing and so it's just I be people watching. If I end up going to a game, I'm people watching and I'm talking noise. So that's really it. Just being in the environment, being in the atmosphere. But yeah, no, I don't have no team. Whoever wins, man, God bless them. It's I ain't got no skin in the game at all.
Well, I feel you on that, and that's what it's all about. So, besides entertaining and comedian, what do you like to do in your personal time, your woosah time, your time to say, you know what, it's time for a bird just to chill. So, what do you do in your leisure woosah time?
Man, Legion, I'm one of them people. I like to be outside, like and it'd be hot in Texas right now. These 110s and stuff, so I
Yeah.
can't do that during the day too much. But like at night or whenever it's nice, I'm one of those people that like to look at the sky. Just sit out. I'm be looking at the moon, looking at the stars. You know what I mean, like. Or just I like to catch sunsets. I like to catch sunrises. I'm into that type of stuff. I like to like say I'm always thinking and about like what's my next step, things I need to go ahead and accomplish, things like that. And really, like I said before, I'm really heavy on, trying to make sure that I have my spirit right and have that balance, because
See.
to me that's really important. Having your mental game right, where if somebody come and has an issue, you're able to uh, to give them some encouraging words to help uplift them. So I feel like that's what I'm. At the end of the day, that's what I'm here for. Is to uplift people and give them a word and kind of guide them, and let them know that, God is the way. And it's important for me to, have alone time. Honestly, I like to be alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause, it's good to know that you can spend time with yourself and get to know yourself and mentally, so that you know how, your triggers, what to avoid, what situations to avoid, things that you like, because, sometimes people, they're around people all the time, and
Yeah.
so they end up taking on these other people characteristics, and they don't even end up knowing who they are. You know what I mean? What
Mm.
do you like? You know what I mean? Like, what do you like? If I went to the store to get something for you right now, what you want? Not, I'm gonna get what you would get. No, what do you like?
Mm.
I mean, stuff like that. So, like, I know myself, and that's very important to me, is knowing who I am, so that I can stay grounded. And like I say, just keeping my spirit fed. I'm always listening to some Bishop Jakes, or law of attraction, some law of attraction. Dr. Joe Dispenza, I really just caught on to him. I think everybody needs to check in with Dr. Joe Dispenza, YouTube him, so that you could really get your mind and get yourself in alignment. So he talks about the law of attraction in a way that I had never heard it before, and it really breaks it down, makes it a lot easier for you to understand, how to do that, and be in touch with yourself, so that you can not let all these distractions that's out in the world keep you away from your
Right.
your power. You know what I mean? Because we be so busy with life, and what's going on with other people and stuff like that, that we don't take time to tap into our own. We all are powerful beings, and you got to tap into that. So I think he's a great teacher whenever it comes to stuff like that.
So I'm glad you brought that up. We're gonna jump more into that after this commercial break because we're gonna go a little bit deeper as we talk about. I'm gonna talk about the communication part, the speech aspect part, goals, structure, and stuff like that. So we'll be right back after this commercial break.
Yay.
Hey, what's up, everybody? We're back here on Walking This Way Impact Force Podcast. I'm your host, Furman Jackson Jr. We are broadcast from the DFW. In the studio with me is Alberta as well. The title of the show is Coming to the Stage. She's a comedian. She's an athlete, entertainer, quote rapper.
Go on, not rapper, not rapper.
I just sneak that in there. But anyway, well, scratch that. But anyway, you talking about knowing yourself.
Yeah.
And I'm a firm believer getting to know yourself. That's very important. You have people that wants to be in a relationship so bad.
Mm-hmm.
I say this to anybody: if you can't be in a relationship with yourself first, how can you be in a relationship with somebody else?
Boom.
Because you have, like you mentioned, knowing yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Like you mentioned, you said if I go to the store and ask you what you want, off the bat, you should tell me. I should tell you what I want off the bat. I should
Yeah.
have to say whatever you want, whatever
Yeah.
you get, I get what you too. So basically, and when you say that, that takes me to remind me that you really don't know who you are. You don't know your likes. You don't know your dislikes. Because if you say, well, Furman, I'm going to the store, what do you want? Out the back, I should tell you, well, I want sour cream and onion chips.
Yeah.
Because I know that's what I like, instead of saying, well, whatever you get, I get it too. But what you get, you like it, but I may not like it.
Right. Exactly.
So I like how you put that early, knowing yourself,
Mm-hmm.
taking the time. It's not, and people gotta realize it's not an overnight thing. You
Right.
know yourself.
Yeah. True.
It's an ongoing process.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, and not only that, and not to say that, it's a bad thing, like, hey, give me what you get type thing, but because some people might not even be aware that you know what I mean, they don't really know, you know what I mean, like it's just an awareness thing. So like being aware of yourself and being aware of your likes and dislikes, and knowing your boundaries, you know what I mean, because if you don't know your boundaries, you'll go for anything, you know what I mean, you'll fall for whatever. So I think it's important. And also super important, when you brought up relationships, it's super important to know that you're in charge of making yourself happy. You know what I'm saying? Like being in a relationship, that's too much pressure to put on somebody else. To If you can't even make yourself happy, how you expect them to make you
Yeah.
happy? You know what I mean? So it's on you to bring that, and then whenever y'all come together, then then it's all good. They working on themselves, making themselves happy, and then y'all come together and y'all have a good time. Yeah, it's a good experience. But we all came here on our own. Every single person came in this world individually, even if they came in as twins. You know what I mean? They came in same face, same time. You know what I mean? Was in the same womb. Those are still two individual people, and at the end of the day, we all live in our own individual worlds. You know what I mean? Like the I can be with somebody every single day, but and we could look at the same thing and still not see the same thing. You know what I mean? Because we
Right.
all have our own perspectives and our own ways. Even if you were raised in the same house, you know what I mean? Like me and my brother, polar opposites. You know what I mean? Like we are night and day, And I mean, we even the same sign. We the same. Our birthdays are a week apart. You know what I mean? We the same sign. We 4 years apart, but our birthdays are a week apart. We the same sign. Grew up in the same house. Totally different people. You know what I mean? So everybody came here with their own purpose. And it's on you to find out who you are, what makes you happy, what drives you, taking that time to be aware of yourself and get to know yourself, know what makes you happy. You know what I mean? And without it being conditional, based on, okay, I'm happy if this is this condition. I'm happy if this. No, you got to find a way to be happy regardless of the condition. You know what I mean? You got to find a way, because that's where your power lies, is in your emotions. You know what I mean? One, acting like you have it before you even have it. You know what I mean? Like, having the feeling of what it's like, what you reaching for. You know what I mean? You want a certain type of love, you got to feel that before you can attract it to you. Because we're magnets. We are
Right.
energy. We're just we're just living this experience through these bodies, but we're spirits with souls in these bodies. So you got to tap into yourself, because nobody else knows your path. Nobody else, like say, they can see the same thing as you, be looking at the same thing as you, and not see exactly what you see. You know what I mean? So that's why, and that's also important for me to tell people, like, you know, everybody's not gonna support your vision. You know what I mean? But God gave you that vision. He didn't give it to them, so they not gonna see. So don't be mad at people whenever they not supporting you, or you know what I mean, you feel like they didn't believe in you at the beginning, because it's on you to believe in yourself. It's on you to believe that you can do what you're trying to accomplish, and have that faith in yourself, and have that, get into that mindset that you can do whatever it is that you want to accomplish. You just got to tap in.
You have to. And yeah, Mitch, you brought up something. Believe in yourself. You hear the cliche all the time. Well, this person completes me. You should
Mhm.
be already completed.
Exactly.
Or this person makes me happy. You should be already happy.
Exactly.
Now you can compliment one another,
Exactly.
but it's the cliche we used to say. We thought
Mhm.
that was cool, but it wasn't cool.
It's not. It's not. Because so if that person's not around, you're not happy. You know what I mean? If
Mm.
that person's not, like like you said, you can enhance how I feel, but I need to feel that way already. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? And not be dependent on you to whether or not I'm gonna have a good day. You know what I mean? So yeah, absolutely. That you make me happy. Yeah, you you know what I mean? Like you
Yeah.
enhance my happiness, but I gotta make myself happy.
Right, because we used to, I would say, we say that, or they used to say, well, this person I'm with is like a male version of me or a female version of me.
Mhm.
You people just say that like, Ugh,
Well, you can, I mean, you can, and you can find
uh,
similarities in people, but at the end of the day, and people, because, everybody got people that you can connect with. And again, that goes back to your vibration. What you outputting is what you're going to
right,
attract, right? So you can attract somebody has similar, likes to you, but, that part, and at the end of the day, that still doesn't mean that that person is for you. Y'all can like the same exact stuff. Y'all can be into the same exact things. Y'all can really love each other, and that person still not be for you. You know what I mean? And that's just a fact. You know what I mean? And at the end also, speaking on relationship, you got to understand that you don't own anybody.
exactly,
People feel like just because
exactly,
you're in a relationship with somebody, like, I own, that he mine, she mine. Like, no, that person belongs to they belong to God. They belong to themselves. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you like I said, we all came in here on our own. We all gonna leave here on our own. You know what I mean? So you gotta enjoy each other while you can. But know that it's on you to make yourself happy and make yourself feel the way that you want to feel. You know what I mean? Like you are in 100% control of that. You
right,
control whether you let something ruin your day or not. You know what I mean?
right.
Like you don't let a moment ruin your whole day and then just disregard the other great things that happen throughout the day. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy to me.
So basically, it's just getting out the I do and getting to the I am. It's
Yeah,
like
I like
your
that.
job does not define Alberta.
Hmm.
Your what you do does not define you. You are you. That
Exactly.
just I do what I do, but it's
Hmm.
not me.
Exactly.
That makes sense
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
people are defined by well, that's you. No, that's what I do. That does not define me. Because at the
Right.
end of the day, when the lights go out, the mic shut off, you gonna be you regardless.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
so, all right, let me ask you this: have you always been one of the ones who question a lot of things? Growing up, especially here in the South, we was never taught to question things where it may came from this and that. Were you an individual who would question a lot of things growing up?
Um, not out loud. You know what I mean? Not out loud, because but I always thought for myself. You know what I mean? Like if something didn't make sense to me, I don't know, but and I always kind of did my own thing, so I got in trouble a lot as a kid because I was always me. And like and it's important now. Just going back to the individuality, like nowadays kids will question things and a lot of people look at that as disrespectful. I don't, because I want my kids to have an opinion. I want my kids to think logically, about, well, why are we doing this? Well, let's bounce that off me. What do you think? You know what I mean? And if you know because kids, at the end of the day, kids are, they're young, but they're individuals too, right? So they're growing up, but they have their own thoughts. People try to make them be something. Let these kids be themselves. You know what I mean? Be who they are. And understand that these kids are bright. These kids are bright. You know what I mean? And it's different than when we grew up, where our parents would say, hey, be seen, not heard. You know what I mean? Or you couldn't question certain things. But that's how they grew up. But you got to think about, it kind of goes back to think about the generation before them. Were they able to ask questions? Or their parents was probably slaves. You know what I mean? They probably
Right.
were under some type of where at the time that they were born, or the time that they grew up in, they weren't allowed to ask those types of questions. So they thought not, they just didn't know. You know what I'm saying?
No.
So now that we know better, I think that it's more, it should be more communication, and the fact that if somebody questions something, then kind of see, well, okay, well, what you thinking? Because you could learn something from anyone. I don't care if it is a child.
Yeah, because we know we in the generation now. We're on the times now where we're gonna start to address the elephant in the room
Mhm.
compared to back then.
Yeah.
You know, it's a thing called trauma. And let me think about what you were saying earlier, Berta, about the stuff you say. You come across people who may be apologetic all the time. And I notice when I talk to people, or they may say, well, I'm cis. No, I'll be telling them, don't apologize for that. Things happen. And I think that comes from the line where people so apologetic because the individual may used to yell at them or something for a
Right,
reason.
right.
So you ever come across people like that? They always
Yeah,
apologetic. Like, I'm
yeah,
sorry, don't. Why you apologize? Don't apologize. It's okay. It's good.
yeah. I have, and not only that, but I've ran across people who just you could they don't know their worth. You know what I mean? And they don't feel like they can speak up because
Mm,
they're like, oh, that's a man. You said that to a man, like in the workplace. Oh, well, I wouldn't, I mean, because it was a man, I wouldn't say. I'm like, what? That's a person. You know what I mean? And at the end of
mm-hmm.
the day, as long as you're coming at approaching something in the right way, and
Yep.
you're saying it in the right way, in the right manner, then you should be able to say whatever you need to say. Because because you have a difference of opinion doesn't mean like that you hate that person. You know what I mean? Or just because it's okay to disagree. I think that's healthy. Everybody, I don't want no yes man around me, and I'm not about to be nobody's yes man. You know what I mean? So
Right.
if I don't care if we best friends, I'm gonna look at both sides of it, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be logical about it, and I'm gonna look at it from a standpoint of what's best, not just because we're friends. And I'm gonna tell you the right way, regardless. I don't care if you get mad at me. I don't care about none of that. You know what I mean? But I feel like as long as you're doing it the right way, it's all good. Now my kids can't disagree with me in a disrespectful manner. That's a whole different conversation. You know what I mean?
Right.
But if you have an opinion and you want to ask why, it's a right and wrong way to do things.
And I'm glad we are getting better in that area because I know in our community, we was never much on big on communicating.
Right.
Whatever happened in the family stayed in the family. So now we're becoming more where we're talking more.
Yeah.
We're getting the help that we need, and there's nothing wrong with getting therapy, getting professional help.
Right. Absolutely.
Cause that's important because
Yes.
you want to know what a person may be going through, dealing with, and some
Mm-hmm.
stuff trigger people off.
Mm-hmm.
Even though you may not did it intentionally harm them, it
Right.
is something they went through in their past life
Exactly.
that trigger things off.
Right.
You should ask everybody what they went through in a past relationship because you may struck something off that they don't want to think about no more, and it's
Yeah.
like you take it to a whole nother realm. So I guess we have to be mindful how we say things
Yeah.
because you never know what a person may went through. They don't want to experience that. They don't want to talk about that.
Right.
They may talk about it, but they don't want to go back and relive it again. And that's
Exactly.
something they're trying to get over.
Right.
That hump and that hurdle. I know we're about to get ready to leave the studio in a little bit, and I know you got a very productive day. So what's next on the menu for the audience? What you got coming up? How can they plug in? How can they be involved? And how can they support?
All right. Well, yeah, I have quite a few shows coming up. We got next week, like you mentioned before. I've got pop up DFW next Wednesday from 8 p.m. to 12 a.m. We're gonna be getting it in. Also, I'll be in Little Rock at the Legacy Lounge next weekend, and on the 26th. And then I'll be with Derek Jack at the Grove in Lowell, Arkansas, September the weekend of the 9th, the 8th, 9th. We'll be there. I've also got some stuff coming up with Flo Hernandez. We got Parents Night Out too. It's a comedy showcase. It's a fundraiser. September the 30th. We'll be doing that. So we working. I had a show with Shucky Ducky that was supposed to be in September, but that one got postponed. So I'll keep it posted. Just everybody just follow me at Berta B24 to stay tuned. Things are always popping up and just out of nowhere. Thank God. So so stay tuned. But yeah, that's what's on deck right now.
And that's what's up. And like I say, if you have any commercials, I'll be glad to play it here on the show. I'm doing commercials now. So,
Yeah, that's dope.
yeah, so you got commercials. Hey, I love to play them on the show. The showcase what's going on the upcoming events, things of that nature. That's what it's all about. So, about to ready to leave the studio and ask you as my guest, do you have any final remarks you want to leave here with the listening audience that's listening right now and will tune in and listen to it in the near future?
Yeah. So I just want to encourage everybody, hey, get take that time to get to know yourself, take that time to be aware of who you are. Again, I'm gonna go on and plug them. I ain't getting paid for this, but Dr. Joe Dispenza breaks down the law of attraction in a way that is simple to understand. Not only that, but with science and the ways that your brain work and your heart and
I don't know what you. It was see. Wait till she tune back in. But Berta tune back in. We want to thank everybody for hanging out with us this morning here on the podcast. It won't be no shows this Tuesday and Wednesday. I will be taking me a break, but I will resume next Saturday morning here on Walking This Way's Impact Force podcast on August the 26th. So remember, I won't be doing no shows this coming Tuesday, this coming Wednesday. So I'm going to chill, take me a break. But I will be coming back on August 26th, 2023 at 10 a.m.
Oh, my bad.
There you go.
I'm sorry. Yeah, my battery died. My bad.
Oh, go ahead and finish. Go ahead. You plugging in some great information.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like I say, just really get in touch with who you are and feel that feeling of what it is that you want to do in life and where you want to be and visualize that and feel that feeling. The only way to reach what you're trying to do is to feel it before you get it. You got to act as if you have it, and really get into who you are and know that you can do anything in this world. Like you create your own reality, right? So
Right.
just be aware of that and have that mindset and just know that, be patient with each other, because everybody's going through something. Everybody comes from a different background and it's important to kind of have that emotional intelligence, so always be trying to improve yourself. Never stop that. Get your spirit game up and always at the end of the day, and the beginning of the day, keep faith in God. That's it.
Hey, that's what's up. So we better ready to leave, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, give a big shout out to Steve the Deacon Wing from the Man Mindset. He said this all the time. Remember the graveyard. Everybody had one thing they covered. They thought they were going to see tomorrow, and they didn't. Remember, let's live life like it is our last.
Yes.
And remember, I won't be doing the show this coming Tuesday and Wednesday. I will be taking me a break, but I will resume with Walking This Ways next Saturday morning on August 26th at 10 a.m. So it won't be no impact for this coming week. I'm going to chill. I'm going to enjoy life. And that's what I'm going to be doing for the next couple of days. So, man, y'all enjoy y'all weekend. Enjoy y'all day. Love yourself. Respect yourself. Honor yourself. Work on yourself. We all work in the making. I know I'm working to make it myself also. So work on yourself. And most importantly, man, have a great. Actually, the birthday. I have any upcoming shows this coming week. Also, anything upcoming this week?
Yeah, we got that open mic. Oh, matter of fact, tonight y'all go if y'all in the Fort Worth area, go check out my boy Derek Jack. He got the Jack Attack going on. It's gonna be some great comedians on the show tonight. It's gonna be at Hyenas Fort Worth, in Fort Worth, by the Cheesecake Factory. The show starts at 10 o'clock. Also, it is the owner of Live Wicks in Arlington. It's his birthday. Pull him up. He's gonna have a birthday bash tonight. I think it starts at 8 o'clock. So y'all can tune in. And also, George Wilborn is in town at the Arlington Improv. My girl Angela Walker is hosting. She's a beast. And comedian Hot Topic, hilarious. He's featuring. So so it's a lot of comedy and stuff going on. And again, you can catch me next week on Wednesday at Pop Up DFW.
Man, that's what's up. Keep
Thanks
it the
for
great
having
work. You're welcome. Keep it the great work. Keep grinding. Keep
You too.
shining. And most of it, I appreciate it. Like I said, we about to get to leave. Remember, I will not be doing the podcast this coming Tuesday and Wednesday. I will resume back on next Saturday, the 26th. I have a guy coming through. He was diagnosed with brain cancer at the age of 20 in 2004. He's alive. He beat it. He's going to share his story. His name is Cody Guy. He's here in the DFW. So he's gonna be sharing his story next Saturday morning. He want to help everybody who experienced it. Not only that, he gonna be talking about the different foods that we supposed to eat that clear. He kind of like a Dr. Sebi in a way, but he's a Caucasian persuasion. If that makes sense. But and he gonna be with us next Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Man, y'all be blessed. We out this thing. Peace, everybody.
Hey, appreciate it. Thank you.